Brian in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, you disagree with my idea that we should pay off student loans?
Well, no, I think it's a great idea because I took on some credit card debt, significant credit card debt, before the recession, and I thought I was going to be able to pay that off, and I was hoping I could get the government to pay off that too.
Yeah, but your credit card debt is not an investment in the future of America. It was probably beer and pizza. And that is not the commons. That's not the future of this country. Education is the commons and is the future of the country. And that's why I agree with Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln and numerous other presidents and legislatures over the years that education in the United States should be free.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're still in the air.
I didn't put that on beer and pizza. I did it on all sorts of things. I spent it on all kinds of stuff. And
yeah, my point.
I think at the end of the day, but a lot of it was, things for me.
But that's not
family.
The future of this country. Putting money on your credit card bill and saying that that's the same thing, saying that there's a moral equivalence between our country saying we should simply, pay off everybody's credit card tab versus we should have a debt jubilee, we should pay off everybody's student loans. They're completely different things. Education, after World War II, my father's generation came back. My dad went to college on the GI Bill, and my wife's father went to college on the GI Bill. And my dad didn't finish college. He dropped out because my mom got pregnant with me, and he went to work in a steel mill that ultimately is what killed him from asbestos, mesothelioma. But Louise's dad got all the way to his JD. He got a law degree. He was the first one in his family ever to have a college degree. And he got a law degree, and he was the assistant attorney general for the state of Michigan. He worked his way all the way up to that because the federal government under Dwight Eisenhower said, you served in World War II. It was actually a little bit after the war, but you served during that era, or you volunteered for service during World War II is what happened with both our fathers. And therefore, you are going to get a free college education. And in fact, they both got stipends to go to college in addition to the free college education. And what we did with that GI Bill by providing free college education is we went from around 6 or 7% college graduates in the United States to in the teens. I think it was 16 or 18% by the time the GI Bill had pretty much petered out by the end of the 50s and early 60s. And that then caused America in the 50s, 60s, and 70s to be the leader in innovation in the world. We invented the transistor. We invented the integrated circuit. We invented the computer. We invented all these things because we educated a generation of Americans. And then Reagan came along and said, "Oh no, that's terrible." He used to have free college education in California for long time. And then Ronald Reagan came along as governor and said, "Why should I pay for the education of kids who are protesting against me?" And he killed it. And then at the federal level, when he became president, he started killing education, free education all across this country. And so for 33 years now of Reaganomics, it's gotten more and more and more expensive. When Reagan came into office, college tuition, about 80% of college tuition was covered by the colleges or by state or federal governments. Now it's around 20%. So college is much more expensive. And so what's happening? Instead of us creating engineers and leading the world in innovation, India is now creating engineers and leading the world in innovation. Instead of us being, the high-tech capital of the world, China is becoming the high-tech capital of the world because they're investing in their students and we're not. So, I have heard this before from conservatives. Oh yeah, you want students to go to college for free? Pay for my credit card, pay for my beer and pizza, pay for my rent, whatever. But no, I'm sorry, they're completely different things.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Visit ThomHartmann.com for audio and video archive.
And this is really the thing that is so sad about this conservative worldview is that let's not invest in the future at all. To hell with the future. Really?